episode of View from the Rafters presented by Xfinity Mobile, and today we got a special guest. We've got a man who captured this city, Celtics Nation, really like portions of the entire country in a way that I've never seen before. I really don't know if I'll ever see that again in my lifetime, the way that you just pulled everyone in while you were here. He is Isaiah Thomas, man. Welcome into the studio, first and foremost.
Man, it's great to be here. First off, thank you for the kind words.
No
it
doubt.
means a lot. And the studio is amazing.
I know. We were just talking off camera.
Studio
like,
is
how
amazing.
did this happen?
It's amazing. So I'm super thankful to be back. Appreciate you having me on, and I'm excited.
Yeah, but back in Boston, first and foremost, right? Yeah, we're in the studio, but you're back in the hometown, right? I saw your tweet last night. Boston, I'm home. What's it feel like? What are the interactions like when you're back here and walking around the city and just seeing the fans out there?
I mean, it feels amazing. Like, that's why I say I'm back home. It just feels like home. It feels like when I'm back in Tacoma, Washington, the love and support that I get from each and everybody in the city. It's funny because when I walk around the city at times, people look at me twice because they're like, there's no way I just
really
seen him. So it's like the love that I get is I'm super thankful for. I'm appreciative. The feeling is mutual. So it's always good to be back here. It's always good to get that love and that appreciation that I always get no matter where I am. And I'm super thankful for it.
We talked really briefly about this when you were on View from the Rafters a couple seasons ago about like how can you describe what that feeling is like of like the love in both directions, not only from the fans to you, but from you to the fans. What's it feel like now? A couple years later, like how would you describe the relationship between you and the people of the city and Celtics Nation?
It's crazy because like it feels like it gets more love, like the as time goes on, because like not even like when I'm in the city, but on social media, no matter where I am, I'm always referenced like from my time with the Celtics. So I'm super thankful for that. The love is genuine on both sides. It's like from day one, the city fell in love with me and I fell in love with the city. And no matter how long it's been since I've played in the Celtics uniform, it seems like I'm still on the roster with the love that I get. So I'm like I said, I'm super appreciative. I don't take it for granted. And it just puts a smile on my face anytime like that I'm in the city, anytime that I'm interacting with Celtics fans. It's like it's hard to explain.
Well, how could we not all fall in love with you when you get booted from your first game playing for the team, right?
Exactly.
We could talk more about that another time, but Sean Grande called every game that you played here with the Celtics, and he documented it on X and sending out all the stats throughout the craziness. Sean, what do you remember about when IT was here, and in particular that final season, that 2016-17 season?
I remember all of it, first and foremost. And maybe the most amazing thing, and there is no shortage of amazing things, is that everybody watching us now, everybody listening, they're smiling. Seeing your face and hearing your voice, and they're flashing back to a time that we had documented so much. But here's the thing. It's 8.5 years later, and Tom Brady was here for 20 years. David Ortiz was here for 10-plus years and won championships. This phenomenon that you and the fans triggered in each other lasted for 2.5 years. It was 2.5 years. And it seems like you were not only a lifetime Celtic, but that period of time makes people smile. And that's what is, to me, I'll remember you becoming one of the 5 best players in the world in that 2016-17 season. But it was, you were the match to the flame, and Celtic fans didn't know what was going to happen because the 2.5 years before that had not been great.
That's an understatement.
That I think people, context is king. Right now you have had 8 years, 10 years of being the best team in the NBA, certainly the last 3.5 years, running away with it, right? 10 games better, 12 games better than everybody else in the league. At that time, Celtic fans had touched the top in 2008, but the end of the new Big Three era, here's the dirty little secret about the new Big Three era. It wasn't so great at the end. With Ball and KG, it was I call it more of a basketball museum than a real team, right, in that last year. And when you got here, I'd never seen anything I'd see about it was a symbiosis of you needing this opportunity, which you hadn't gotten yet, and then you being exactly what the team, the fans, and the city needed. How long did it take before you knew this was a real thing that was happening? Was it instant?
Um, First off, thank you for all the kind words you say. Like I know you've seen the greats in this organization, not just in this organization, but around the NBA for so long. So like your words mean a lot to when it comes to the game of basketball. So I'm super thankful for that. But like I promise you, the first day that I got here in terms of playing my first home game, it was just different for me from any stop that I had. Like when I was on Sacramento for 3 years, when I was in Phoenix for that half a season, it just felt different. I don't know what it was. And then it just continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger each and every game though. Like every game was so different, but it felt like the first game that I had. It's hard to explain because from day one, the love that I received from getting ejected to my last game as a Celtic to 8 years later, I'm 36 now. I haven't played in the Celtics uniform, but like you would think I'm still a part of everything that's going on. It's weird, like whether
It's
it be
because everyone wants you
for
to still
sure,
be a part
and
of it, you know?
it's but like he said, like 2.5 years, you would think I won a championship. You would think I was here 10 plus years, like those guys that Sean named and Tom Brady, David Ortiz. Like not to
Pierce,
compare
yeah.
myself to those guys, the love is just like it's just hard to explain. And I'm super appreciative. I really put my hard hat on every day to give this city everything I had. So I think that was a big reason why they love me. And also like I am everybody's height too. So I always mention that. Like I am a normal person's height. So I feel like what I was doing on the court made others believe they can do it or something like that. So I'm like I said, it puts a smile on my face always, even talking about the Celtics, even seeing you guys on social media, seeing you guys on TV. Like I really feel like it's like my second family, and I'm always thankful for the love and appreciation that I do get for the small time that I was here. I think it shows to just the hard work not only myself put in, but those teams that I was on. Like I got to give a shout out to all my teammates that obviously everybody always talks about what I did as an individual, but those teams made me who I was too.
Those teams also, like the city loved those
Exactly.
teams, right? Like
So it was
you were
like-
you were the head of the snake, but everyone loved those teams.
For sure. And it was, so I always got to give a shout out to those guys that I suited up with because, yeah, I get a lot of the recognition, but those guys did things that I couldn't do, and I was able to do things that they couldn't do. So we just helped each other, and we brought everything we could, and I think the city just respected that and loved it from day one.
Sean, you asked him when he knew it was going to be something special. When did you know it was going to be something special?
It didn't take very long because it had been building. Remember the team under Brad. Brad was 41 and 87. Everyone forgets this. Brad was 41 and 87 his first year and a half until the day that Pete Carroll decided to throw the ball instead of handing it to Marshawn Lynch and the Patriots won that Super Bowl. That turnaround was starting to happen. And then IT was the match to the flame. And what you guys are talking about, the reason people love that team is that as we sit here in this extraordinary studio documenting the greatest team in the history of the game and all of the championships, it has been rare. Boston is an underdog city. And the Red Sox were that for years, and the Bruins have been that for many years. The Celtics haven't had a lot of years in their franchise history when they were the scrappy insurgency, when they were the underdog. And this team, and the guys we're talking about here, and Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley and Evan Turner and Jarebko, everybody loved these guys because they weren't supposed to win. And who wasn't supposed to do what he did more than anybody except Isaiah Thomas? He wasn't supposed to do this. I took my son, and this happened for me. It's so very personal because my son was 5, 6 years old at the time, and his favorite player, like everybody's favorite player, was Isaiah. And I'd take him down to South Station, and we'd look at the "Pick Me Last Again" posters that were plastered all over the city. And I'd show him box scores when he'd wake up in the morning, and his little eyes would go across the box score and go, 46 points. Oh my God, that's a new record for that breaks his own record. So it was a phenomenon that caught a rare time in Celtics history when the Celtics weren't supposed to win, and IT wasn't supposed to be able to do what he did. And then he just kept doing it every night. And we'd come a couple of years earlier off Linsanity. Linsanity lasted 2 weeks. This lasted 2.5 years of him being an elite player and doing things that, well, he's not going to do it again. He's not going to score 20 in the fourth quarter again tonight, is he? Yes, he just did. So you have to, I think what fascinates me, and Isaiah, I want to bring up this moment because I know you remembered it. It's about being in the moment versus it's easy to sit here now, all of us older, and say, wasn't that thing great that happened way back when? I know you remember, there were about 4 or 5 of us. We were in Atlanta, and we went over to the Inside the NBA studio. And this is during that season when KG was there with Shaq and all those guys. And I remember, because I remember vividly thinking to myself, here's a guy who recognizes in you that this is happening in real time, that it isn't something you're going to look back 10 years later or remember. You were in the moment that night that you were one of those guys. You're talking to Kobe all the time, but right now, at that moment in history, you were one of those guys, and I see you nodding your head because you were. I'm right? You were in that moment as it was happening.
For sure, in that moment. And I remember that night just being around Shaq, KG, and like the respect that they showed me. Like you could just feel it, the energy in that room of like they looked at me like I was them, and it was super dope. And that was one of the first times. And I understand that. But as a kid, being able to like, that's what goes back in my mind. Like, there's no way I'm talking to Shaq and KG. There's no way they respect my game the way they do. Like, so like those moments, yes, I'm in the moment. I'm right there. And those moments are the ones where I'm like you said, your son was 5 and 6. I was at the mall yesterday and 4 kids came up to me. They were probably like 18, 19 right now. Mm-hmm. And they really, like, I seen it in their eyes, the stories they were telling me, like, you were really my whole childhood. And like, when I get that type of stuff, that just, I'll be like, oh my goodness, because I was once them, but I never got to talk. Well, later down the line, I got to talk to Kobe and those type of guys. But
while you were 10, 12 years old.
Man, to run into that. Yeah. And so I get their emotion and I feel it. So I think that's like why, like, I love the city loves me, because it was so organic and it just happened. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it puts a smile on my face. Hearing stories like that, it puts a smile on my face. Like, in real time, being able to see kids and people like trip, like, on seeing me and interacting with me. Like, so it just brings me to that little kid that had a big dream. And like Sean said, like, nobody expected things to happen that happened. And for it to happen the way it did, it was like so organic.
Yeah. It's funny Sean brought that up because I felt the exact same way. I think it was All-Star Toronto. Was that your first All-Star bid?
Toronto.
And I was up there kind of following you around you got in and went straight to the media circuit, which, for anyone who hasn't been to All-Star, like, it's a pain in the ass for the players. Like, you got to go to like 50 different stations, do all your hits, whatever. But you were like loving it, right? Like, it was like a kid in a candy store, and I could tell on your face you couldn't believe that you were there. Yeah. Like, they were interviewing you for All-Star Weekend.
Yes.
So, and that kind of just brings about the thing that I think is special about you. Like, you're so real, and like, you don't hide that type of emotion and like those thoughts, where some players, they're going to walk around acting like they've been there before, right? But you were kind of like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that I'm here. It's happened to me.
And that's how every step of the way has been like that with me. And I think that's why fans and just people in general, if you're around me, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I don't take any of this for granted. So anytime something happens that's like something that I would have dreamed of, like an all-star moment, getting interviewed and being on the podium, like I dreamed of that. So like when I was doing it with amazing energy because I was still that kid, like, dang, this is really happening. So when Sean talks about all those nights of scoring 20, in my mind, and when I'm hearing MVP in the stands and when I'm seeing people go crazy, I'm really in my mind like, this is crazy, this is happening. Like I dreamed of all these moments for them to really happen, for that first All-Star to happen, for I to walk in the tunnel and Kobe give me a hug. Like, dang, you made it. Like,
Your idol.
yes,
Yeah.
I can't even dream of moments like that. So
Yeah.
like, I'm always gonna be a kid in the candy store when it comes to moments that happen in my career, moments that happen after my career when I'm able to interact with kids that just was like, man, you were my everything at one point. Like, I'm just super appreciative for those moments because everybody doesn't get to experience those things. And I didn't really understand those moments till I was out of them because I was so locked in into what was next. And I was so paranoid to just being great every night that I didn't not only not appreciate those moments, I was just so in kill mode I couldn't appreciate them because I had to do better each and every night, each and every day for this city because it expected greatness every day. And that was like something that you don't understand until you're in these shoes, until you put on a Celtic uniform and you're expected to be great every day. So I'm always going to be a kid in all those moments. I'm always going to have a smile on my face, and I'm always going to cherish each and every moment that I can with this game.
My son's already in the car.
Bye. Yeah, I think you're wonderful.
Cut your mobile bill in half and save $65 a month for your first year with Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity, imagine that.
You said you were in kill mode. You were definitely in kill mode, especially in that last hit. Like, I still can't, I don't know if you remember, we did some film sessions and I was like, we're going to do a thing called How Did IT Do That? And we would look back at it.
I remember.
And I'd be like, how the hell did he just do that? But all right, let's turn the page a little bit. We got to talk about your rook from that season because I think a lot of people don't even remember that Jaylen Brown was your rookie from that final season. I look back on some highlights and I'm like, oh, there's like little Jaylen Brown. Like he's not all jacked and cut like he is now. He's got the high fade. What do you remember? What are some stories that you remember about young JB coming in as a rookie?
Man, Jaylen was a tough rookie to be around just because he already, like, this is the good thing about him. He already felt like he was so good at that age. He already felt like he should have been starting, being the man, all of those things that are great qualities about Jaylen. But the biggest thing was like his humility and asking questions at an early age. Like one thing about JB, like he would sit and ask me questions just about, man, how do you do this every night? Like how do you expect to lead every night? How do you expect to do the things that you do every night? And he's seen the preparation. He's seen me. And I will always tell him like the things that I'm expected to do is like, you want these moments. Like you dream of these moments. You dream to be the man and to be a franchise player. So to see the things that he does today or to see the things that he's done after I left is like, it puts a smile on my face because I've seen it at an early age.
And you contributed to the foundation of that.
Just
really.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like he's seen what he wanted as a rookie in what I was doing. And he's seen it each and every night. So to be able to have a small piece, be a part of a small piece of his success now is like, it puts a smile on my face because I know what he wanted early and he couldn't have. But then he just gradually got better each and every year and his opportunity became bigger and he just took everything and more. And I'm so happy for him because it's like, I don't think anybody expected him to do what he's done, but himself. Mm-hmm. And for me to see a young JB each and every day to just be mad at his opportunity early on because he wasn't getting the opportunity like he expected, but to also just be a student and learning each and every day and watching. Like I seen him watch.
He is a student. That is
seen
for
him
sure.
watch, and he already thought he was smarter than everybody in the room.
Still does.
So like I know he still does. So like those were things where you're like just relax, JB. Like your time is gonna come, but those are like great qualities to have, and to see the success he has now, like I just sit back and smile because like you didn't expect it, but you seen bits and pieces of it each and every day you were around him.
Sean, that dynamic
How big was
interesting.
the smile when Adam Silver said he's the MVP of the finals?
It was everything because like I said, I had a little small piece of that. Like I was a part of his journey, and to see him get, you know, all the accolades and the success, the All-Stars, the championship, it's like I just feel like I helped just a little bit, but he took it to a level that I think nobody imagined him being at. And I'm just like I'm excited to see where he takes it after this. He's still got so many great years ahead of him, and I'm super appreciative just to be a part of it.
We got to wrap up, but you got to give us one story. One story about him as a rookie.
One story. Did you ever hear about when I popcorned his car?
I remember that happening.
Look.
But tell everyone, yeah.
So JB wasn't a great rookie in terms of doing just the normal duties. He needed to bring soap on the road. He needed to have the towels for everybody. This wasn't like we wasn't asking him to do nothing out of the ordinary. Just
you weren't hazing him.
Yeah,
you were just saying, like, help us out.
Just do what
Help
you're
the vets
supposed to
out.
do. Yeah, just have things that you're supposed to have ready for each and everybody in the locker room because you just have to go through it. So he was a guy on the road. We would be a team where sometimes we wouldn't have the soap because he wouldn't bring it. And I remember later down the year, he just wasn't doing what was asked. So I'm like, okay, it was a perfect time. I'm like, this is the time. I had the ball boys and the assistants in the locker room.
I remember it was at the Garden, right?
Yes, it was at the Garden. I said, okay, we're going to go upstairs and get
With the
all the
giant-
popcorn you can get, and we're going to popcorn his car tonight. And it was funny because I didn't know he had family in town that night either. So it was a night that he didn't play well. I think we won. I had a good game, so I was in a good mode. He didn't play well, or he didn't play a lot, so he was already at one of them nights where he wasn't in a good mood. So this was just only gonna make it worse because I knew what was going on and he didn't. I remember Danny Ainge coming to my locker like, IT, did you popcorn? Did you popcorn Jaylen's car? I said, I mean, it was only right. You know, by being on the road sometimes how mad we would get at JB for not doing what he's supposed to do. The thing that made me feel bad was he had family in town and they had to wait after the game to get all the popcorn out because he had a car that everybody was in. I think he had 4 or 5 people in. So shout out to JB's family. I'm sorry. That's my only little story I had, that I was able to popcorn such a talented young man and able to humble that guy at a time where he just felt like he knew it all.
But the real question is, did he then start bringing the soap on the road?
Probably
Did it
not.
change? It didn't
Probably
change
not.
his actions.
It didn't change his actions at all. So that's Jaylen Brown for you.
Oh my God! All right, I love it. IT, we appreciate the time, man. Thanks for coming back. Congrats on being honored at the tradition.
thank
I
you.
mean, the first, I'm sure, of many honors that you're going to get here in the city of Boston, man. We're happy to have you back. Sean, thanks for beaming in from New York from before the game tonight. So thank you both, and we look forward to having you back in the studio sometime soon.
I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you. I appreciate being here. Appreciate you, Sean, for always showing me the love you do. It doesn't go unnoticed at all. So thankful for being here, and I appreciate both of you guys.
Before we wrap, plug the new pod.
Point Game Pod, man. Tap in, subscribe. I'm able to talk about the game of basketball in a different light. We're actually going to record something later today with
Love
my
it.
guy, Evan Turner. So
There we go.
he'll be
Well, that'll be entertaining.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
going
that.
to talk the whole time, so it's good. He's my first guest. So it's going to be good. I get to see my guy later on today, and I'm I'm happy to be able to interact with my
Love it.
my brother.
Make sure you guys tap in. All right,
Tap in,
thanks, IT.
subscribe. Thank you, guys.